sometimes chastise writers for using what I call family fortunes descriptions. And these are descriptions that are very obvious. Family Fortunes is a British game show, a wee bit like the American Family Feud. The way it works is that contestants are asked a question, name a sport, for instance, and they have to try to guess the most popular answer among the public when they were surveyed. So if you were asked to name a sport, then you'd try to think of a really obvious answer, like football. That might be a good answer, whereas roller derby or Nguni stick fighting probably wouldn't be. But when you're writing, you often don't want to think of the most obvious thing. It's often more interesting to think of something that isn't the first thing that comes into everyone's head. For instance, it might be more interesting if your character refereed roller derby bouts than if they played football. So I sometimes play a game where the contestants have to do the opposite. They have to come up with answers that aren't on a list of obvious things. For instance, I might ask, choose a topic, something like things you would find in an office, right? And the way I play it is get everyone to stand up to start off with, and then you sit down when you're knocked out. And you can be knocked out if you take longer than 10 seconds to come up with an answer, if you say something that someone has already said, if you give an answer that isn't particularly related to the topic. For instance, something that you're not particularly more likely to find in an office than somewhere else. Air, a ceiling, rugby balls. And you can be knocked out if you give an answer that's on my secret list of obvious answers. And the list that I use for the office topic, you can find that below the video. Thanks for watching and good luck with your writing.